Oh boy. Hey, it's Ray here, and today I've got something very different from what we would normally talk about. You see, I got this package in the mail, and it's not a microphone or a light or a stand or anything like that. It's something much more fun, and on the screen there kind of gives you a little bit of a hint. That's right, in this box, unopened, the A500 Mini. Now, if you don't know what that is, well, this is going to be an exciting little video. This is the mini version of the Amiga 500. Now, the Amiga was my personal favorite computer. Sorry, Apple. And this one right here is a replica of the original Amiga 500, but in miniature form. And we're going to open it up, and then we're going to do a series of videos about this great little computer. Now, why would we do this? This Mini is meant mostly for playing video games, kind of like a mini Nintendo, but this computer, the original Amiga 500, is what got me into video, learning all about cameras and microphones and editing, and this right here brings it all back. So we're going to open it up right now, see if we can get into this sucker. All right. Now, Amazon, we got to thank you. We love the fact that they use that papery tape instead of the plasticky tape, so it's easy to open, but look at this. Oh my goodness. Woo, we'll pop that later. All right, yeah, don't need that. There it is. You cannot believe how excited I am for this. Now, look at that. If you know what the Amiga was, then you would be excited about this too. We finally got it here in America. They've had it over in Europe and in the UK for probably about 5 or 6 months now. And I was so excited to be able to finally order this the other day. They told me when I ordered it, it'll arrive in 2 days, prime. And then as soon as I bought it, it said 6 days. But that's okay, because we've got it now. Look at this beautiful box. This may actually be better than most of the boxes we got from Commodore back in the day. For those of you who don't know, the Amiga 500 and the Amiga line of computers was by Commodore, creators of the Commodore 64, for those of you in America who were more used to the Commodore 64. All right, let's see if we can open up this little tape here. Oh, without ruining the box, and we're already starting to ruining the box. I don't want to do that. It's a lot more work than it seems. It's a lovely box, so I really don't want to destroy it here. So this particular model here, the A500, was it was not the original Amiga. The original Amiga was the 1000, which was a small desktop model, typical box. But this here, the 500, was the consumer version of that came out about 2 years later, and it allowed people to have a much cheaper form factor, similar to the Commodore 64s of the time and some of the British computers. And so let's open this bad boy up here. Oh my. Look at that. Holy cow. Again, I mean, beautiful packaging here. These guys did a great job with that. I've seen pictures of this online, but look at this beauty of a machine. This is incredible. It is just a miniature version of the Amiga 500. It's got, just so you know, these keys, they do not do anything. So if you're looking to get one of these, it does not have an actual keyboard, although I'm sure the modifications are coming. The C64, the little miniature C64, actually somebody did make working keys on that at some point in time, but you can see it's got the little disk drive on the side there. It does not have the expansion slot on the side, nor does it have the trapdoor on the bottom, but I'm trying to see if it even, well, I guess that's where the trapdoor would have been, is where that label is. So, all right, the disk drive, of course, doesn't actually do anything. Would have been cool if maybe that was the power button or something like that, but power button is actually on the back, just a little toggle switch there, and it comes with a few different ports here. You got your 3 USBs where you can plug in, joysticks and as well as thumb drives and things like that. And you got your HDMI, and then you got your power, which is right through there. The one thing it doesn't come with, like most electronics these days, is it doesn't come with a power brick. So you do plug it in with USB to power it up, but it doesn't come with the power brick. So you actually have to have your own power brick, or in my case, I've got down here is an outlet that actually has USB plugins. So let's take a look at what else comes in this box. I can't get over it. That is incredible. All right, let's see what else we got here. Now, this is really interesting. A really nice manual. I mean, look at that. You don't see this with many computers these days. That's a pretty good-sized little manual for that thing. Because the great thing about this computer is that unlike the mini Sega Genesis or the mini Nintendos and things like that, this actually is a fully functioning computer. You can do things with it, kind of like the C64 was a miniature Commodore 64, and it could actually work like a Commodore 64. And you can plug a keyboard into this. The goal, by the way, with these, for those of you who really like this, and one of the reasons that I bought this Mini, one, I really wanted to have this little mini factor. Obviously, I can emulate the Amiga on my computer, which I do all the time, but it's just neat to have this thing, and that's why I wanted to get my hands on it. They are supposedly, if this goes well, going to build a full-sized Amiga 500, or one of the models of Amiga, we'll see. And to me, that would be really, really awesome. So I wanted to support these guys with the miniature one in the hopes that when they come out with the big one, I'm going to get that as well. Now, it also comes with, in here, a joystick or joypad and the original Amiga Tank Mouse, or at least an approximation of that. I had many of these tank mice. They were not the greatest mice in the world, but they were what they were. They were kind of iconic. What they've done is they've made a new USB version of it that is optical instead of the little mouse ball, and it's about probably about 15 to 20% smaller. But what's funny about this one is it actually comes with tan cable like in the old days, which is pretty incredible. Here we got, this is the looks like this is a a tan USB cable. That's incredible. These guys had a great flair for detail, and when we get into the actual product, once we turn it on, which we probably won't do in this video, we're just going to do the unboxing, but when you turn this sucker on, it actually emulates a lot of the flashing lights and things like that of the original Amiga 500, which I think is hysterical that they went to that kind of detail with this. But yeah, there we go. I mean, USB cord that is the old tan color that mice and things used to come in. And there it is, the Tank Mouse. Now, I got to say, when I first saw this in the pictures and everything, until I saw it compared to the original one, I didn't think it was smaller. But here, having it in my hand, it is definitely smaller than the original Tank Mouse. You can see that right away. Nice clicky feel to it. The buttons, now this is one thing I will say, the buttons kind of have the clicky feel of it is a little bit different than the original, but also the finish on it, it's like a rougher finish. You can kind of feel that, but it feels really good. Looks like a really neat mouse. I'm liking this. I'm going to use this on my Macs over here at some point in time and see how it works. And then, of course, like I said, we got the HDMI in that same lovely tan color that the power cords would have come in back then. And last but not least in the box is the old joypad, which is kind of reminiscent of the CD32 pad, although a little bit shorter and fatter, but very similar. The CD32 pad, a lot of people didn't like it very much. I actually enjoyed it. I had the replacement Competition Pro pad for my CD32s, but and the CD32 was a consoleized version of the Amiga, basically the Amiga 1200, and this one kind of lives in the spirit of that CD32 controller, except, like I said, it's a little bit more compact but thicker. And we'll take a look at this. It's uses the same color scheme on the buttons. Now the CD32 controller was black, not tan, but this one being for the 500, they decided to go with a tan color, but they kind of gave it that same look as the CD32. CD32 controller would have been probably about this wide, with a lot more gap in here, and a little bit thinner. But yeah, feels pretty good. I heard some people say that the direction pad isn't fantastic on it, but we'll certainly find out. The buttons seem nice and clicky, good feedback on them. So seems like a nice little controller, especially since it doesn't cost anything. So there we go. And I did drop one piece here. And it looks like this is some sort of a USB cable in that same color. I'm not sure why It's a USB-C. I guess maybe that's the power cable. Yeah, because that's okay. Yeah, this is the power cable for it. So USB-C to USB. So there you go. That's what comes in the box. As I said, tremendous little product. Absolutely loving this. Now I'm going to show you some of the games that come with this because, like I said, it is technically made to be a bit of a games machine. However, there are ways to use this as an actual Amiga 500. You would need a keyboard, of course, but you can plug in any USB keyboard into the back and should be able to use that. But let's take a look at some of the games because these are some of the games that come with it. It does come with, I believe, 25 games. Some of them absolute stone cold classics. Some of them lesser known, and but they did try to range a wide gamut of different types of games for the A500. And just so you know, if you know a lot about the Amiga, there was two major types of Amiga computers. There was the original computers with the original chipsets and the enhanced chipsets, and then there was the advanced graphics architecture, which was a more modern version of it that gave you a lot more colors on screen and had a lot more features resolution-wise and graphics-wise. Now, this machine here, even though it says A500, actually will play all of the AGA-style games and run the AGA modes and whatnot. So it is a little bit more advanced than just an A500, but the styling is A500. Some of the games that you'll see on there, 25 of them, some of them are the AGA versions of games, some of them are the original OCS games, but let's take a look at some of those now so you can get a better idea.
Layers activated.
I've got something important to say.
Yes?
Well, there you go, the A500 Mini. Absolutely amazing. I have not been this excited about a product in such a long time. Being an American, the Amiga was fairly big here in America for a short period of time, a lot of hype, but it was huge over in Europe. And this is the first time I've gotten to open a brand new Amiga in 25 years, or however long it's been. And this is really awesome. I had an A500. I bought it after I had my Commodore 64 for a few years. I then had the Amiga 1200 the day that came out. I had a couple of CD32s right when those came out, and an Amiga 4000 that eventually became a 4000 Tower with the full video toaster flyer. That's how the Amiga led me into video and graphics, and that's why we're featuring it on this channel. Doesn't seem like it's something we'd put on here, a video game machine or an old computer, but this is what got me started with video. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you're an old video aficionado, you should pick one of these up too. Now, I don't think we could put a video toaster in this one, unfortunately. Oh, maybe we'll have to make a little miniature one.